Hello, my name is KempQ and I'm going for the 19 Combat Fire Cape. For that I need 75 hit points to equip the Ring of Suffering, and to use its recoil storage effect to take down the monsters in the fight caves. So I got a few comments on the last video about how this challenge was impossible to complete because the Yit Midge caught at wave 15 will heal itself and that there's no way to kill it with only recoil damage. I did not think about this at all. So I was kind of put off by this, especially when I saw people like Reigniting saying it's impossible as well. But I wanted to at least try to figure something out. So first, I tried to write the code for how the 180 works to find some loophole in how it heals. But that was very wrong, I realized, and I needed to go in and see the mechanics for myself to actually see how the 180 behaves. I found out that it heals itself when it's below half HP, but I didn't make much progress with that, and then I just started trying random things to stop it from healing, like trying to log out while it hit me to null my character, leaving it for 1 minute and then recoiling it again, but no matter what, it would always heal itself when it went past half hit points. So I was pretty much giving up at this point, and I decided to just kill it regularly. So with the next wave, I had the same guy, the level 180, and also the level 22 flying one. And when I went next to it, I saw that it healed its ally. I hit it again to see if it healed both of them, but no, it just healed the ally. It was still less than half HP, and it did not heal itself. So I figured out that once it heals, it cannot heal anything, including itself, for 5.4 to 7.2 seconds, or 9 to 12 ticks. So once its ally is less than half hit points, I step near the 180 and it heals the ally. Then it does 2 attacks on me,
and I step back to damage.
On wave 15 there's only the level 180, so it will always heal itself. My solution to that is poisoning it. I looked on the wiki and it says all ranged weapons poison start dealing damage at 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. Sometimes the wiki is wrong, so I tried it for myself, and it is true. It is kind of weird how melee damage does 6 poison damage 5 times, then 5 times, then 4 5 times, but with range it goes from 4 immediately to 3. My plan was to poison the 180 with melee. Poison has a 25% chance of taking effect, so on average I will gain 20 melee XP from this over attack, strength, and defense on wave 15. Melee poison does 105 damage overall, and the level 180 has 80 hit points, so it will die from just 1 poison as long as I don't go near it, because it only heals if I go next to it. So that's how I will complete wave 15. Then I will use the ally mechanic to do the waves after that. But I think it will require a lot more research to do the later waves correctly. I will probably do it on another account that can gain combat experience before I try it on this one. So I started training this account the day that Fossil Island was released. And that's because with Fossil Island came a few activities that allow you to gain easy XP lamps. And these are achieved by doing either herbivore or psilocybe mushroom trees, which is what I'm doing, or doing some combat activities on Fossil Island. So I had to get all the fossils from this one activity of cutting down the psilocybe mushroom trees. I talked about this in the previous video. You kill one tree by chopping it down, and then you go to the next one in the sequence. The sequence is always the same. And Jakeysaurus also has a video on this. He highlighted how the XP rates are actually quite good now. I think they're about like 90k XP per hour, which is really good. There are things that attack you, the tar monsters, and they max hit 12, and I believe if you pray range, they max hit 7. But having 27 hit points after Witch's House really helped here, because I could just bring a 1 GP wine and use that to heal up. And it doesn't take too much inventory space. You obviously drop the fungus that you don't want, and you can keep the Mortmeyer fungus if you'd like to. So to get all the fossils, I had to do a lot of chopping. So after acquiring all the fossils I needed in the bank, I had to clean all of them. Fossil Island has some unique features in that you need to construct some of your own items. For example, the bank and the crafting table. I built the crafting table and then used my fossils on it to get the cleaned versions. So there are 4 different types of display cases in the museum, and I had to get 70 small fossils, 60 medium ones, and 55 large ones to fill all of them up. Right now there are no rare display cases, so I have loads of rare fossils that I don't know if I'll ever be able to use. I wonder if they'll make each rare display case like 10k XP lamp reward. That would be really good for me because then I could just boost my HP up even more. At this point I hadn't uploaded my first video yet, and I met this guy named Stay Healthy, and he had higher hit points than me despite doing less of the Fossil Island activities to get those XP lamps. So I was curious how he did it, and he did a few things like doing diaries, and he got XP lamps from that. He also, instead of doing observatory quest and risking getting a bad constellation, he instead did contact. He recoiled the bosses that you fight in those quests all the way up to contact, and he did that quest to get the kudos necessary to enter Fossil Island. So I was really impressed with that. They made a new area in the basement of the Varrock Museum to store all the display cases, and the Leviathan down there is by far the biggest display case, and it was really interesting to see just how big it was. It was so tall I had to zoom out all the way in order to see it. But yeah, it's a very, very big display case, and it's made up of 5 large display cases, which take up all of the large fossils that I got. The levels came in really quickly with the XP lamps. I collected all the small ones and got 27 to 40 with those. Then I used the medium ones, and I got from 40 to 47. So it was just the large to go, and I got from 47 to 52 with the large XP lamps. So all the way from 10 hit points to 52 hit points with no other combat experience, just doing a few quests and then doing this mini game for the XP lamps. And again, I really hope they release the rare display case so I can get even more XP from this. But now I need to focus on how I'm going to get more XP. I need about 1 million more XP for 75 hit points. And I can't just keep doing this mini game because I've already filled all the display cases. I need to find another method. So to train to 75 hit points, there are a few options I have. Number 1 also involves the Varrock Museum, and it's cleaning finds in the Varrock Museum, turning the junk, and hoping to get XP lamps from that. The XP lamps give 500 XP each. Unfortunately, they are 1 in 195. So this is about 700 XP per hour, I believe. I don't have any footage of this because I don't believe this method is worth it, which leads me to method number 2, which is being an alt in raids. Raids gives you Dark Relics, about 1 in 32. Dark Relics give you 150 times a combat stat or a stat that you also use in raids. Let's just say I get about 10,000 XP per Dark Relic that I get in hit points. And because Dark Relics are 1 in 32, it'd probably take me about 25 hours to see 1 Dark Relic. However, it's still a lot more efficient in my opinion than cleaning finds. I think it would be about 400 XP per hour, and it would be quite beneficial because I could do raids at the same time as I'm using my alt to get Dark Relics. Either that or I join other people's raids. I don't know how that would work out. I don't know if I would be doing herb lore or something. Maybe I'll have to get 90 herb lore on this account so I can start making overloads. That is option number 2. Again, there is a third option. The third option is basically just waiting. Jagex does tend to implement some game-breaking things like the Serp Helm, for example. There are lots of accounts with 75 defense and no other combat stats that have completed the fight caves and have the fire cape. And I believe there are 4 of those people right now. The Serp Helm was patched and that doesn't happen anymore, but maybe they'll release something else. Maybe they'll release, I don't know, some new game mode or something called Queen of the Skill, where people try to get their skill levels up a lot, and there's a competition and there's rewards for having the rank 1 skill in 24 hours or something, and for all quest rewards you get 10 times XP. And maybe when they make that update, just maybe, they'll do it in the real game too, and then I can do 99% chance of getting the intel, and it looks pretty good in that respect. I wrote a program to determine how many intels I will need to get 75 hit points. This is a much faster way to get 75 hit points, but of course I have to do 1 damage on each gang boss that I kill. So the intelligence that I get from gang bosses would reward me with 25 times my level in the skill. My current hit points level is 52, and my XP is 134,035. My next level is 136,594, and when I hit that, my intelligence from then on would be 25 times 53 instead of 52. So I needed to write a program, basically just a while loop, that takes the level and multiplies it by 25, and then it adds that experience to my XP, and then it keeps doing it until I hit the next level, which is this if statement here. So I'm going to run this, and then it should print the amount of intels I need for 75 hit points, and it is 646. So that's 646 intels, which means 646 gang bosses to kill. The cannon is very helpful here because instead of giving me 4 XP per damage, which is what all the other ones do except for mage, of course, it gives me only 2 XP because I can cannon the last damage of the gang boss. However, this still requires me to get 8 attack, 6 range, and 6 mage. So I would not be a 19 combat fire caper. Taking this route would cost me. It would put me at 23 combat, but then again, I could do all of this in 100 to 200 hours. And that is the major benefit of it. Hey buddy. Yeah? Remember that time you uploaded that video called I Will Get the 19 Combat Fire Cape? Yeah, this is episode 2. So you're still gonna get the 19 combat fire cape then? Well, maybe, but I might be 23 combat by the time I get. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. For your information, 23 is not 19. I came here for the 19 combat fire cape. And what? You think you could just play it cool and be like,
yeah, I'm getting the 19 combat, 23 combat fire cape, by the way.
Nah, not gonna slide, you two-faced blockhead. You're gonna get that 19 combat fire cape. I don't care how long it takes you. I don't care how much you struggle. Alright, jeez, man. I will get the 75 HP 19 combat fire cape. It's just a matter of time. And this is Kemp from the future. I realized that dark relics are actually 1 in 16 from raids. They are not 1 in 32. You get 1 in 32 per roll, and you have 2 rolls every raid. So I misunderstood the tweet that I got from Mod Kieran. And yeah, so dark relics are double the likelihood that I thought. They will take about half as much time. They aren't exactly 1 in 16, but they're just around there. And I'll be doing raids for them. And the way I'm going to be doing raids is basically I need to get 90 herb lore on this account, and hopefully I'll be helping the raids team I'm with by farming for them and making potions for them and overloads, Xerix aids, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Should take me about 1,500 hours to finish off 75 hit points with dark relics. And I did the calculations with another program, and I got 106 as a result. So it'll take 106 dark relics. I'm really happy with the ally heal mechanic, and this is just one hurdle to get over the main obstacle, which is, getting that fire cape. Lots more research to do, but yeah, this is one obstacle taken out of the way. That's pretty much it for this episode. Now it's just a matter of getting the 90 herb lore and the farming levels required for raids. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like and check out my other videos as well. I do have lots of 10 HP Iron Man stuff that is coming out very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.